everyone. Welcome to Peaches and Powerbombs. My name is Tina Miller, and look who's back.
Hi.
Oh, I had to remember it was Mirror. You're like, you're not over there. You're right here.
Yeah, I'm
So,
back.
yay, we're sending all of our love and good thoughts and prayers for you and your family during this time. It's never
Thank you.
easy. So,
No,
we're going to distract you with some wrestling talk. So, you ready to get into it?
absolutely. That's what my dad would have wanted.
Yep, absolutely. So, as of this recording, last night was double, not double, nothing. Double or nothing is still weeks away, Tina Marie. Okay, that's okay. We're going on. We're moving on. You know what? We're all human, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So, Blood and Guts took
Blood and
place last
guts.
night.
Yes.
Yeah. Um, as for me, I saw mixed reactions. Mainly from the ending. Basically, everybody went to war,
Yeah.
and MJF and Chris Jericho ended up on top of the cage, beating each other up, trying to put each other in submission, and MJF ended up low blowing Jericho and got it to the point where he had the inner circle surrender um, by threatening to throw Jericho off the top of the cage. And even though inner circle surrendered, MJF still did it because he's MJF and he's the top heel in pro wrestling.
Yeah, he is. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's insane. You just want to punch that guy in the face,
Oh, I
but at the
know.
same time, you're like, I love you.
Yeah. Yeah. If that didn't solidify MJF as like the top heel, I don't know what will.
Yeah.
But the thing that everybody or a lot of people were complaining about was Jericho's landing. The camera, I think the camera was too close in on Jericho, and we were talking about that. Perhaps there should have been a better camera angle. Like for me, perhaps like on top of the cage, maybe like behind MJF and Jericho.
Yeah.
And seeing Jericho fall from that would probably been a much better reaction. But I think to me, I think people kind of overreacted because
Yeah.
no matter how he landed, whether it was on a bunch of fluffy pillows or mattresses or who knows, that's still a that's still a big fall.
Yeah, it is. It
And
wouldn't feel good no matter what
no,
you landed on.
no matter what you landed on, no matter how old you are, that's a huge fall. And thankfully, everybody is okay.
Yeah. Yeah, there was no injury, serious, there were injuries, but no serious injuries from last night. The
Mm-hmm.
stitches, that's about it.
Yeah, Sammy G was showing off his battle scars all over IG today. I'm like, geez, dude. Ugh.
Ouch.
Yeah. Ow. I hurt for you. Uh, I mean, I know when I wake up in the morning, I'm in my late 30s. I know when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh, God, my body hurts. Can you imagine how them guys feel?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I bet they were so sore this morning.
Yep. And they get up and they do it again. And they go, hey, you
That,
know what I should do? I should go fall on my back on purpose.
yeah. Hey, that's a pro wrestler for you. But I
Yep.
mean, overall, I think everybody did a great job during that in that match. Everybody did a great job. So kudos to them. I mean, that was a hard fought battle on both ends.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I thought the story was going to end here because I was like, you can't do anything bigger than this. This is the end of the road. And they somehow was able to continue it, but it not look like they're pushing something that should have ended.
Right. I
So
think the battle is not over.
no, no. And I want to see more. I want to see just MJF versus Chris Jericho now.
So. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. And I think the Inner Circle will avenge, for Jericho. And they must have did something right because they were #1 in cable last night. So
yeah.
I mean, shout out to AEW. They did it.
Yep. I was telling you before that I would rather have a really good storyline with maybe need to tweak their camera angles a little bit than to have perfect production and really bad storylines. So I'm still intrigued. I'm still interested, and I want to see more.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, this got me pumped for Double or Nothing, and that takes place at the end of the month. And they did announce the AEW Women's Championship match last night. I think that was the first match announced for the show, and it will be Hikaru Shida, taking on Britt Baker. And I think Britt Baker will be the new AEW Women's Champion.
Or she should be.
She should be. I think she will get it. She's worked so hard over this past year. I mean, I wrote an article on Diva Dirt about this, which will be published hopefully tomorrow, Friday. But she's worked so hard.
Oh yeah. This is just my opinion, and I'm not like knocking any of the other girls, and they work hard too.
Oh yeah.
But she's the most intriguing female character on the roster. I mean, I think Jade is close to that, but Jade just arrived on the scene, so she's got to warm herself up first before she gets to that level. But Britt Baker deserves this. She has a very interesting character, and she's really worked hard on all of that. Her character and ring work, of course, and I'm looking forward to her getting the title. I think
Me too.
And I think they should build the women's division around her too.
Absolutely. She was the first woman signed to AEW. I mean, there's a reason for that, and I think we're finally seeing that. And so I completely echo that.
And that's not taking anything away from anybody else.
No.
Shida, I think I really like Shida. She doesn't talk much because of the language barrier, but that's okay because she doesn't really have to. Because she's so.
She lets her work in the ring, do the talking for her.
And she has really good facial expressions and things like that. So you know what she's thinking. So I think she gets by with it. But I really think that, like, if you're going to put the women's title on someone for that long, it needs to be someone who can verbally communicate with the audience. But, that's the only little tidbit,
Right. And, Hikaru Shida, I think she'll have the title a year on May 23rd. So, just before Double or Nothing. But yeah, I think her and Britt Baker are going to have a good match. And I really hope Britt Baker gets that payoff for all the hard work that she's done. And
right.
And afterwards, who's going to step up to her? I'm excited to see that. There's so, like you said, there's so many good talent in the women's division. You got Jade Cargill, Red Velvet. You have all these girls. So, like, I think it's time to change direction, and Britt Baker is that new direction. And so that is the thing I'm looking forward to. And also, they did announce that next week on Dynamite, Pac will take on Orange Cassidy and in the #1 contenders match, and whoever wins that match faces Kenny Omega at Double or Nothing. Orange Cassidy and Kenny Omega at Double or Nothing. I don't know, but they're really portraying Cassidy as this underdog.
Yeah.
And Kenny cut a real good promo on him last night. I thought Orange Cassidy was going to retaliate, But that's what next week's for. We shall see.
Yeah, and Orange Cassidy, usually with anybody else, I'd be like, okay, why didn't he answer that? But it's Orange Cassidy, and he doesn't answer anybody.
Yeah.
So I give him a pass because he doesn't talk to anyone. So
Right.
he just puts his hands in his pockets and walks away. And
he's so chill. Like, I'm gonna put my hands in my pocket. Oh, you want to whoop me? Fine, I'll just roll with it. But I can outsmart you.
Yep. And it's funny because when I first saw Orange Cassidy, I was thinking, okay, this guy is entertaining to watch, but his shtick is going to get really old really fast.
Yeah.
And it really hasn't. So
I think it brings the fun aspect into wrestling.
right.
I mean, it's something different. It's something unorthodox. Is it the greatest thing of all time? No. But I think that gives fans actually a break, and just, that's just Orange Cassidy thinking outside the box, and there's nothing wrong with that at all.
No.
I mean, pro wrestling is entertainment.
Yeah. Exactly. Pro wrestling is allowed to be silly as well as serious.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. The silly part. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say, speaking of silly.
Oh yes. We'll get into what is silly next. But I was going to say that through Mick Foley doing the whole "This Is Your Life" rock and the stuff with Vince McMahon in the hospital is what made me fall in love with him, and he's still my favorite of all time. So I doubt if he would have ever became my favorite if it wasn't for the silly part of wrestling when I was 12. So
yeah,
it has a place.
It does for sure.
Sometimes you can go a little overboard, like the person that we're about to talk about next. But if you add Randy Orton to the mix,
bro,
I kind of like this, and I don't know why. Why do I like this, Sarah? It doesn't make any sense.
If you can make sense out of it, let me know, because I don't really like Matt Riddle.
I don't
either. Him tagging with Randy, and then there's like talk going around that this is going to go on for a while, and it might end up being a tag reign on top of it. When I first saw this, RK Bro, my first thought was, Randy's totally turning on this dude.
Yeah.
He's going to be driving around in the scooter talking about, bro, we can do this, and and Randy just going to take him off that scooter and RKO.
Nope. They're 2-0.
Like it. Really?
They're 2-0. Yeah, last week was so funny. Matt Riddle on his stupid little scooter. I hate that thing. And he's just riding around Randy in a circle going, ooh, bro, you know what? We should be a tag team. And we should be called RK Bro. And then I'll get you a matching scooter. And I can put, snake skin and viper fangs on it.
I cannot see Randy on a scooter.
I cannot see Randy on a scooter, but I kind of want to see Randy on a scooter.
That would be a sight to see, Randy's big self riding around in the scooter. Oh, God.
Oh, that makes me happy for some reason, and it shouldn't. Oh, man. And then, I can't remember if it was last week or if it was this week. There was a WWE.com exclusive interview with them two, And Matt Riddle was like, bro, I'll text you. And Randy turns around and goes, please don't. And he walks away.
God. Can you just imagine? Like the text is like, "Hey, bro, blah blah blah, bro, blah blah blah, bro."
Every
I
5
can just
seconds.
see him grab the phone and just be like, "God, really?"
It would be like if your dog had the ability to talk and send a text message. You would get him, hey, where's the snacks? Hey, hey, I had to go outside. Hey, I love you. Hey. Oh man. I don't know
Yeah,
why it works, but it
the
does.
odd couple. I mean, that works.
Polar opposites.
Yeah, odd couple. It works. And I mean, it's worked before, and you know that. Yeah, I think it is intriguing, and like I said, like we were talking about a minute ago with the scooters and stuff. Oh God. Oh God, that would be funny. So
It would.
yeah, and you know, Randy. I think Randy does have a silly side. To me, he does. But you rarely see it, so it could be a welcome treat for everybody. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, you see it more in the shoot stuff when he's just being himself.
Yeah.
And Twitter, he's really funny on Twitter.
Yeah,
So,
I know.
all right, since we're in the Monday Night Raw little section, we'll just go ahead and get the crybaby session out of the way
Yeah.
with Little Miss Thing booting herself into another title match
Again.
with Charlotte Flair.
Who don't know how to get in the back of the line.
I
But
know.
she always figures out a way to get in the title match.
Now, I've said it a million times on this podcast in our 4 little episodes. I've said it a million times. I really like Charlotte Flair and I like her work. I think she's a good heel. I actually like this I'm the opportunity stuff. I like it. The problem is that she is in the title picture all the time and I just think that they could use her in a different area, a different spot on the card, helping bring these younger people up, or just the people that have never had an opportunity to have a storyline, a real storyline before.
I agree.
Like
I
Liv
think
Morgan, or even, I mean, Carmella's had shots, but not at like that level. So, yeah.
yeah, I think that's the general complaint with Charlotte is she's always in the title picture. It yeah, like yes, you're a Flair. We get it. But you don't always have to be there. I mean, secondary feuds are just as important. That was something SmackDown really had focused on there for a while.
Yeah.
Nikki Bella and Carmella had something cool going on when the draft they redid the draft and um doing the brand split or whatever. Yeah, I mean, SmackDown did a good job of that. Nikki Bella and Carmella. I think there was Natalia and somebody else, and I mean, it was good stuff. And I think the best thing for Charlotte would be to get out of the title picture for a while. I mean, excuse me. So
And not in the tag title picture either.
exactly. You know, have somebody step up to her and challenge her and see where it goes. I don't know who I mean, I'm not saying that Eva Marie should. I don't think that's going to be the case. But you need I feel like Charlotte I think Charlotte and whoever she feuds with, I mean, but it could do both of them good. But what do we know?
Yeah.
I just know I'm tired of seeing Charlotte in the title picture, as so many other people are too.
Yep. You mentioned her.
I said the dreaded name. Kind of, it's like Freddy Krueger on Raw. You don't say Freddy Krueger.
Or it was Roman Reigns 3 years ago.
Oh yeah, you don't say Eva Marie. So the internet imploded Monday after that vignette aired on Eva Marie. She's back.
Woo! Who? Hooray!
I was going to say and better than ever, like Eric Bischoff, but I don't think that's a good idea.
We don't know yet.
No,
We
no.
don't know yet.
So
I'm
we have.
I'm willing to sit tight and look and wait.
Yep. Obviously, Eva Marie has been away from WWE in almost 4 years. So that's a long time. And when I first saw the vignette, I think I was on the phone with my mom, and I saw this, and I'm like, "Who's that?" And I saw the pink hair. I said, "I know that's not Liv Morgan." And then I saw her, and I'm just like, "Oh wow, they brought her back." So obviously, if Roman Reigns is polarizing to people, as far as the guys go, Eva Marie is the female version of that. And I think a lot of people do give her a hard time, but I think I think Eva Marie can really take that and do something with it. I mean, because she got the legit heat, and
Yeah.
she looks good. I mean, it's obvious that people do like her, because she's hot or whatever, but I mean, she has the look, and obviously, she knows how to command attention, and that's what you want in somebody. So
Yeah.
And there was the thing too where people were like, "Oh, well, you just let go of all these people and you brought her back." Mickey James actually commented on that, but and she didn't really slam Eva Marie, but she did say that she said something along the lines of, you know, there's a role for everybody in wrestling, and I
Right.
can't disagree with Mickey on that. So I
No.
mean, she made a good point too. Every time after a WrestleMania, they're gonna do that. So I mean, we didn't like it.
Yeah.
I'm still wondering why they let Samoa Joe go. I think they completely slept on Samoa Joe. But
That dude sat in the rain days before they let him go.
I know,
It is sad.
and they
But
let him go.
speaking of Eva Marie and Mickey James is a professional.
Mm-hmm.
And she knows it's not Eva Marie's fault.
Mm-hmm.
She's not going to slam her because she had nothing to do with that decision.
No, absolutely not.
And she's not really a let me slander someone in public style anyway, except, well, there was the trash bag incident, but I would have done the same thing because that was uncalled for. But
Yeah.
um,
You're a
yeah, Mickey's not going to do
multi-million-dollar
that.
company, and you're sending people's belongings in trash bags. Come on
Right.
now.
Right. So I knew she wasn't going to do that. I thought Eva Marie's heel work was really good, actually, right before she left when she was on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Because like she would have a match, be scheduled for a match, and something would happen like every single time where she couldn't wrestle. And
Right.
so I think she utilized that nuclear heat. I think she had more heat than Roman did, honestly.
Oh yeah, absolutely, because she fits that standard pretty face but no talent stigma.
Yeah.
And I think that I would love to see Eva Marie prove everybody wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see that, but whether she can or not, we don't know. You know, so it's been 4 years. She says I mean, she's got everybody's attention. Okay, show us what you got. What have you done over these past 4 years?
Yeah. I
So,
thought the vignette was good.
mm-hmm.
You know, it was a good vignette, and she sounded pretty natural. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many takes it took them to do that or whatever, but I'm going to assume that it wasn't a whole lot and say that she did a good job. So
Mm-hmm.
let's wait and see before we judge and
Yeah,
point fingers.
I think a lot of people are doing a wait and see approach, and I mean, we ought to. I mean, at least you know let's see what she got, and if she don't
Yeah.
deliver, then it is what it is. It's pro wrestling.
Yep. Yeah, some people soar and some people fall, and
Mm-hmm.
see if she tries hard, she'll get there.
Absolutely. Yep. I'm a big believer in hard work pays off, and hopefully that's the case for her, and she makes a
Yeah.
complete turnaround. I love to see that, but whether we do or not, it's up in the air. So
Yeah. Well, I'll make this point before we move on. Let's take Lana for example. Is Lana the best wrestler in that company?
no.
No. Is she anywhere close to being the best wrestler in that company? No. But you can tell that she is improving and
Yes.
she's working really hard to be better. And
I
Ashley
love her.
don't I
Go ahead.
don't dread when she comes on my television anymore.
Right.
So I think
Um
she's doing really well with Naomi.
yeah, Lana, to me, I love her determination, and I love how vocal she is, because she's very passionate about it.
Yeah.
I always thought she was a good manager when she did the whole Ravishing Russian with Rusev and everything. I
Yeah.
thought she was a great manager. She was good on the mic. Yeah, there's always room for improvement, and I commend Lana for putting herself out there and being that open on social media, because I know that's not easy. And her chronicle, she was crying, because she said it's hard that people say that you suck and stuff like that. So I mean, people aren't very kind, and I don't think nobody takes that into effect. And
Yeah.
I'm just glad to see that she still tries, she still works hard, and you know, thumbs up for her. And
Yeah.
that makes her one of my favorite people, because she's willing to go against the grain.
Right. Lana won me over this past fall. And there was people laughing about it, I guess, because they were pulling it off as like this comedy, sketch or
Right.
whatever. But that girl went through 8 tables, 8 weeks in a row, or was it 9? 8 or 9,
It was a
somewhere around
lot.
there. It was a lot. And she kept getting up and coming back.
Yeah. Moral of the story, you fall down, get back up. And that's what she
Right.
did.
Yeah. So she won me over with all that. I was like, you know what? She's going for it. She might not be the best out there, but she's trying to be. So I'm going to
Oh
give her
yeah.
kudos.
Oh yeah. I mean, that the effort's not gone unnoticed. I'm very positive about that.
Well, we're going to move along. Move along. We're going to keep talking about the women real quick. Someone who's not in WWE. Um, you know a little bit more about Maria's video, Sarah. So if you want to kind of explain what she said real quick,
Okay.
we'll spend a few minutes on
Um,
there.
I think overall Maria has opened up a can of worms when it comes to this. But anybody that knows Maria Kanellis knows that she don't care, she don't hold back, and she says what's on her mind, no matter who she makes mad. So basically, she more or less called out Stephanie McMahon. Feel She called out Stephanie McMahon in response to all these women's rights efforts that she posts on social media and stuff. And basically, Maria feels like Stephanie does it more from a promotional standpoint. And you know, Maria has, you know, there's some legitimacy to that, because her point is, you have all this power, all this capital. Why aren't you, you know, going to like Vogue and places like this, like, hey, these are our women. Not only are they beautiful, they kick butt. They could have do like makeup lines and stuff like this, because, you know, with all this women's revolution and stuff, it's like, you're no longer just divas, you're male superstars. You could do what they can do. We're main event in WrestleMania. So I see where Maria is coming from, because I'm thinking too, okay, yeah, Stephanie should have more of a say, especially I don't know if she still is or not, but she was like part of creative at one point too, right?
She might have been.
Something along that line. But
I know Triple H is, at least, and you know
okay.
she's in his ear.
I
obviously.
Think you know, I don't know what goes on backstage. I never claim to know it or anything, but it makes you think, yeah, why aren't you stepping up and saying, hey, we could really, you know, get more of a market, you know, with the women by featuring somebody like Charlotte, I hate to say, or hey, Bianca Belair. Like, can you see Bianca Belair on the cover of Essence with the SmackDown Women's title? I could. That would be bomb. You know, and so I see where Maria is coming from, and I remember in Glamour, I used to read Glamour all the time. You remember when Stacy Keibler and George Clooney were dating, and then Tori Wilson and A-Rod? Like, people that don't know these women's wrestlers, they're like, oh my God, they're with these high profile guys. How, you know? So, but yeah, so it's already intriguing. And so I say she opened a can of worms. I mean, yeah, you know what? I would like to see more from it. Like, okay, yeah, what is going on? What do you
got a point. She's got a good point from the business side of things. Why aren't you working more of getting them out there? You know, and showcasing them more. I think on the roster side of things, she might not have as much power as we think she does. I think she does a little bit, because I'm pretty sure the Bianca and the Sasha Banks was 100% Stephanie.
Yeah.
I do not see Vince McMahon coming up with that idea. So, but yeah. I think on that stance, she could probably do a little bit more, but I do think that she does try to get them on pay-per-views a little bit more and stuff like that. But I do think that she could do more, at least for getting them their own show or their own pay-per-view or something. And
you know, that does, speaking of own shows and stuff, that kind of coincides with you know, Chelsea, I think it was Chelsea Green and somebody else. They were pitching women's only shows and things like that, and they were shot down. And also taking into consideration, we've only had one all women's pay-per-view, which was successful.
Yeah, hugely.
Yes, and then the Mae Young Classic, they haven't done that in a while, so it kind of makes you wonder. And you know, something else I think about too is whenever something big is going on, say like when Sasha and them debuted and stuff, Stephanie was right in the middle of it. So it's just like, yeah, there's a whole, yeah, I'm with Maria, because I'm like, yeah, what you got to say?
Yeah,
I want to know.
Yeah, she
I'm not
does.
trying to dog her out or anything, but it really does make you wonder,
Yeah.
especially all the stuff Maria pointed out.
Yeah, I mean, you and I don't know what exactly how much power Stephanie does. Maria has a little bit better idea because she actually worked for that company for a
Right.
while. But yeah, Mick Foley has even pointed out that the women need their own show, and to me, I really like the women on the main roster. Don't get me wrong, I like all of them, but the NXT women,
Oh
my
man,
goodness,
yeah.
they have the best women's roster in pro wrestling. Period.
Yes. Which, by the way, we have new NXT Women's Tag Champions.
We do.
I'm so happy for Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell.
Yeah. Yeah, especially Candice because she's been there for quite a long time now,
Oh
and
yeah,
she hadn't won a title yet. So I'm just happy that she got a title, and Indy's really good too.
And you know what? The Way is really making a statement now because that Candice and Indy won the tag titles. Johnny Gargano is targeting Karrion Kross.
Kind of, and he's already the North American champion too. So they have gold.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The only one who doesn't is Goofy Boy, but
talking about Austin
bless
Theory.
His heart, Austin Theory.
Yeah, but oh, absolutely. Well, we all know what kind of a wrestler Johnny Gargano is, and he's just amazing. So, I mean, whatever he does, I already know it's going to be bomb.
I thought that he was a fantastic babyface. Okay. And I thought there's not many people that can just be that looks that genuinely good, good. He kind of gave me a Ricky Steamboat vibe.
Yeah. Oh,
but
wow.
His
that's a tall order. Yeah.
Yeah. Ricky Steamboat never turned heel. Never.
He did not. That's right.
So I thought Gargano was like face. And then when he turned heel and this Way stuff, I'm like, okay, this is pretty good too. I like it. So
him and Ciampa as DIY. Oh my god, I loved them. I didn't want to see them break up. And then they had the epic feuds and matches, and I'm like, I don't want to see this end. And then I'm like, that is like, it's the perfect mix of emotions, like tugging at my heartstrings, and like, I want y'all back together. No, I want y'all to destroy each other. I can't stand y'all right now. Oh god, I love them. I love them.
Yep. Either together or fighting. It's a perfect match.
Kind of like Sammy and Kevin.
Yeah, exactly. That best friend, when they are really close in real life, you can tell there's all that chemistry.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, whether it's in the Indies or WWE, absolutely. That's something that I think that's something that can't be. It can't be put together. It's a natural thing, and it's obvious. So, speaking of the guys, somebody got new theme music, and the internet exploded.
They always explode. They need to calm down.
I know, but they had a good reason to explode this time.
Yeah, it was a good explosion.
Finally, after so long, Roman Reigns debuted his bomb theme on SmackDown this past Friday.
He did.
I love it. It has, I think it has some Shield undertones to it, but
it does.
The music it is almost it commands your attention. It's like, hey, I mean, the way the music feels, it feels big. And Roman's our tribal chief. I mean, y'all got to acknowledge him. Y'all got to get with the program.
We see you, Roman, on Peaches and Powerbombs. We see you.
We at Peaches and Powerbombs, we acknowledge our tribal chief as the head of our table.
Yep. Definitely.
And we thank you. We thank you.
Sarah, I know you were telling me that you haven't seen the WrestleMania main event yet because of all of the unfortunate circumstances that have gone on.
Yeah.
But in case you didn't know, I'm pretty sure you do now because you've been watching SmackDown since then. But Roman did win his match, but he didn't just win his match. He won his match. And he stacked them two on top of each other and pinned all four of the shoulders and made it definite. I am the tribal chief, and you better acknowledge me.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I didn't even expect that, and I love it.
I wasn't either. I thought that they were going to just mess it all up and go, okay, we're going to add Daniel Bryan in order to put the title on Edge. That was my fear.
Exactly what I thought too. I was like, dude, Daniel Bryan's eating that pin. Edge is going to win, but, Roman won, and who's going to stop him? Nobody in the time being. Not saying not saying it can happen by SummerSlam, but for right now, Roman Reigns is unstoppable, and we like it.
Oh, I love it. I really like Cesaro being used here.
Yes.
I'm so happy he gets a chance to showcase what he can do. Because I don't think that on a grander scale, other than like the indies and stuff, that people have been able to see what Cesaro can really do. And
absolutely.
We all know he's not going to get that title off of Roman. If Edge can't do it.
Yeah, Cesaro.
Cesaro's not.
I love Cesaro, and I'm so glad to see him in this position. Cesaro is one of those that has worked hard for so long, and things didn't click with him for the longest time, and then the bar happened, and that was the best thing that could have happened to him and Sheamus at the time.
Yeah.
And I think since then, that's really propelled Cesaro to where he's at now, and honestly, it's a long time coming. Actually, I read online, Cesaro has been undefeated since last year. I think it was May. Was it May of last year? I think so.
That far back?
I think it was May.
I don't keep count, so I don't know. But
I knew it was sometime. It was sometime last year for sure. So he's been on a heck of a winning streak. Go Cesaro.
He's about to lose to our tribal chief, but go Cesaro.
Sorry, but he's the head of the table, man.
Yep. I think Roman will have the ability to make him look really good, though. So I'm not concerned with this hurting Cesaro at all or anything like that.
No, I think if anything, it'll elevate Cesaro.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Doing kind of like what Charlotte should be doing over there on Raw.
But, right. Thank you. Thank you.
But other than that, I was going to say something. What was it?
We were talking about Roman and Cesaro.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, did you get to see Cesaro's match at WrestleMania, or was that when you got sick? That was what I was going to ask you.
He took on
Seth Rollins.
Oh, that was good.
You did get to see that.
Yes.
The swing that he's been holding on to for years. Not the regular one, but the helicopter one, the one on his shoulders. That was awesome.
Oh, yeah. I knew Seth and Cesaro was going to be really good. And, yes. Yeah, I was not disappointed by the least because I was like, Rollins and Cesaro, oh, yeah, that's going to be fun. And it was.
It was good. It was good. Well,
I got night one of WrestleMania. I was fine. I actually had company, and so we watched all the way up to the main event, and I watched the main event the next morning. And then Sunday evening was when I got sick, and I think I didn't watch the last two matches. I can't remember, but yeah, I was so sick. And then I missed work that Monday, and I missed part of Tuesday because I was still sick.
yeah,
And then my dad passed away that Wednesday morning, so it was like bah bah bah.
yeah.
Whew. Yeah, so yeah, I'll get to watch it. I just haven't got around to it. Just things going on, work and all that stuff. So I mean,
And
yeah,
there's
I'll
so
definitely.
yeah, there's so much wrestling that just keeps going on and on and on. It's like if you miss something, just wave it goodbye because you're not going to be able to
No,
go back.
absolutely. I know there'll be something that happened. I'm like, when did that happen? Oh Lord,
Mm-hmm.
be like, dang. I mean, yeah, now with social media and everything, it's like I say this a lot. I said this to my parents a lot with the cell phones and stuff because they always complain about the iPads and stuff. You either get caught up or get left behind, and I think that's going to apply here too.
Yep, yep.
It's a fast-paced
There's
world.
there's wrestling on every weekday night, I think,
Yeah.
now. That's a lot of wrestling.
Thursday. Well, what is on tonight?
Impact, isn't it?
I thought it
Impact's
was
on
on
Thursday
Tuesday.
night.
I thought it was on Tuesday.
Did they move it?
I don't know. I know
I don't
NXT
know.
just moved. Well, regardless, Dark Side of the Ring is premiering tonight, season 3. That's one of my guilty pleasures. It's documentary style. They kind of dig into whatever topic they're talking about tonight. It's going to be about Brian Pillman, and so I'm like really excited about that.
I haven't. I've seen clips of it. I haven't watched the whole things, but the A&E documentaries have been pretty good, and I saw the one on Roddy Piper, and I really enjoyed it.
That's
So
good.
I do like documentaries, but I haven't caught much of the Dark Side of the Ring other than the small clips that I've seen. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I really don't like to dive too deep into the negativity part. I like to stay over in my little happy bubble.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I know things have happened, and it's not all sunshine and rainbows, but I like to pretend it is. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I think that is all we have to talk about for now.
I think so too. Next week on Peaches and Power Bombs, we will have a special guest, the mean girl, Danny Jordan.
Danny Jordan.
She's gonna let us sit with her. That never happens. She don't let anybody sit with her. So y'all stay tuned. And if you like our page, subscribe, like this video, share it on social media, follow us on social media, and
We're also
yeah.
on Podbean.
Yes, we are on Podbean, the audio only version. So if you're driving down the road and you don't need a video on, you can check us out there.
Shout out to our good friends Tom Clark and Wade of Ring Scoops. They're good friends of ours. Wanted to give them a quick shout out for all the support and the encouragement.
Yes. And also one more shout out to Issa of NYC Demon Diva for jumping on real quick when Sarah had to go attend to family matters. We really appreciate her coming on and taking care of me so I don't have to sit here and talk to myself for an hour.
Yeah.
But I am Tina Miller, and this is Sarah Hirsch, and we will catch you guys later. Bye.